नाम संकीर्तन की जय हो। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरते। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी। Hare Krishna. Welcome you all to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam Katha from ISKCON Seshadripuram. So today we'll be hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Text 32, Canto 3, Chapter 32, Text 23. So the screen may be shared. So today's text 23. Vasudeva Bhagavati, Vasudeve Bhagavate, Bhagavati, Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, Jnanayati Asu Vairagyam, Jnanayati Asu Vairagyam, Jnananam Yad Brahma Darshanam, Jnananam Yad Brahma Darshanam, Vasudeva Bhagavati, Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, Jnanayati Asu Vairagyam, Jnananam Yad Brahma Darshanam. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Jnanayati Asu Vairagyam Jnananam Yad Brahma Darshanam. Word to word meaning. Vasudeva, unto Krishna, Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead, Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. Prayojitaha, discharged. Jnaniyati, produces. Asu, very soon. Vairagyam, detachment. Jnananam, knowledge. Yat, which. Brahma Darshanam, self-realization. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srimad Prabhupada Ki Jai. Engagement in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service unto Krishna make it possible to advance in knowledge and detachment as well as in self-realization. Engagement in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service unto Krishna make it possible to advance in knowledge and detachment as well as in self-realization. Purport. It is said by less intelligent men that bhakti yoga or devotional service is meant for persons who are not advanced in transcendental knowledge and renunciation. But the fact is that if one engages in the devotional service of the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, he does not have to attempt separately to practice detachment or to wait for an awakening of transcendental knowledge. It is said that one who engages unflinchingly in the devotional service of the Lord actually has all the good qualities of the demigods develop in him automatically. One cannot discover how much good qualities develop in the body of a devotee, but actually it happens. There is one instance where a hunter was taking pleasure in killing animals, but after becoming a devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. Such is the quality of a devotee. Those who are very eager to advance in transcendental knowledge can engage themselves in pure devotional service without wasting time in mental speculation. For arriving at the positive conclusion of knowledge in the absolute truth, the word Brahma Darshanam is very significant in this verse. Brahma Darshanam means to realize or to understand the transcendence. One who engages in the service of Vasudeva can actually realize what Brahman is. If Brahman is impersonal, there is no question of darshanam, which means seeing face to face. Darshanam refers to seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. Unless the seer and the seen are persons, there is no darshanam. Brahma darshanam means that as soon as one sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can at once realize what impersonal Brahman is. A devotee does not need to make separate investigations to understand the nature of Brahman. Bhagavad Gita also confirms this. Brahma bhuyate kalpate. A devotee at once becomes a self-realized soul in the absolute truth. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurmittamena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Suyutapatakamayam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sha Sri Rupam Shagratam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanam Sitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakamitam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharini Devishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarini He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणामी हरिप्रिये वंचाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुएव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Daya Krishna Krishna Buddha Jaya Pataka Swami Nami. Namo Jaya Padani Daya Kuda Padani Gaur Padada Madaya Nagar Tarini. So, here in this verse, it is mentioned. We go back to translation, we can see engagement in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service, that is Bhakti Yoga, unto Krishna, make it possible. What happens when you engage in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service? There is advancement in knowledge, that is jnana, you get jnana. Then there is detachment, that is vairagya. Then you get self-realization, that is Brahma Darshana. So, the purport, the translation clearly says that you get all the three by engagement in Krishna consciousness. So, Bhakti Yoga is the highest. So, once you are engaged in Bhakti Yoga, you automatically get Jnana, Vairagya, and ultimately self-realization, which is Brahma Darshanam. So, there is no controversy that Bhakti Yoga is less superior to any other yoga. So, Prabhupada in his purport, he says, less intelligent men think that Bhakti Yoga or devotional is meant for persons who are not advanced in transcendental knowledge and renunciation. These transcendentalists and yogis, renunciants, they think that Bhakti Yoga is not for them. They think they are superior to Bhakti Yoga because they have some jnana and vairagya, renunciation. So they sometimes ridicule people, those who are in Bhakti Yoga. Hey, this process is nothing. You do Jnana Yoga and Dana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. This Bhakti Yoga is for less intelligent people. So Krishna directly says here that Bhakti Yoga, with Bhakti Yoga, you need not separately endeavor for Jnana. So Jnana becomes automatically realized within yourself. You advance in knowledge by doing devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. And once you do Bhakti Yoga, you automatically get detachment, that is Vairagya. And ultimately you come to the platform of self-realization, which is Brahma Darshanam. So instead of going to the Ashtanga Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, no, it's okay. But if you go to the Jnana Yoga and other yoga processes, it's so difficult to attain that goal of Brahma Darshana. Even after attaining the Brahma Darshana, we discuss afterwards that position is very rarely achieved by doing Ashtanga Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. That is not possible. So, when they see the devotees doing offering to the deities, they are dancing in Kirtan and they are having prasadam, they think, oh, this is all for less intelligent men. Actually, I will tell you a live example here, that this fact that they think that less intelligent men, Bhakti Yoga is for less intelligent men. One time, my Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami, went to South India. He went into the temple, one temple, and then he did the puja, and then the pujari, the archaka, he wanted to discuss something with Maharaj. So he said, I have two sons. One son is intelligent, the second son is not so intelligent. So I want my first son, who is intelligent, to go to America, US, and get a job there. The second son, who is less intelligent, I will keep him here as the pujari. So this is actually a fact. So Guru Maharaj was telling, see, they have got opportunity. The pujari has got the opportunity because he might have done some good karma in the previous birth. So he is given the opportunity of a pujari, but he is not satisfied with that job, with that service. So he is thinking that I will keep my less intelligent son to here and send my intelligent son to US. So he, in fact, he asked Guru Maharaj, please help him to get a job in US. So Guru Maharaj tried to explain to him that this service, the devotional service, is very high. It is not that it is meant for those who can't understand or uneducated or those who are less intelligent. No, it is not like that. Devotional service is for the intelligent also. And in fact, here Prabhupada says about that, those who do go directly to Bhakti Yoga or devotional service are the most intelligent person. Like you see in a, suppose a 20-story building, there are steps. So one person tells you to go by the step. So the yogi, he started going by the step. So he used to go some steps and take rest. Then he used to go another steps. He used to take rest, and finally, it could not reach the end because it is 20-25 floors. So then the one person came out from the lift, and he says, "There is a lift. Why did you go to the staircase?" "Oh, is there a lift?" He says. "Yes, there is a lift. You could have directly gone to the destination." So Bhakti Yoga is going like a lift. You need not wait for Ashtanga Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, Jnana Yoga, everything, Dhyana Yoga. You need not go through that process. That by steps you can reach the destination. You may reach or may not reach. But by Bhakti Yoga, you can immediately come to the path of devotional service and you immediately realize the transcendental happiness which you get in Bhakti Yoga. Because in other yoga systems, you won't get happiness initially because you have to undergo very lot of austerities. It is not easy or to, especially Ashtanga Yoga, if you want to practice, it's so difficult. You stand on one leg and then you should not take food and all. So many restrictions are there. So when so much restrictions are there, then there is bound to be a failure. But in devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, you immediately get the realization. As soon as you start serving Vasudeva, once you start serving Vasudeva, immediately that realization can happen. You need not wait for years and generations or many lifetimes. The realization can happen at any moment. So, we are very much indebted to Srila Prabhupada that he has inculcated the Bhakti Yoga directly. He did not give much commentaries on Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. He gave a lot of commentaries and purports on Bhakti Yoga because he says don't get deviated by the other yoga systems. Once you have got the final system, why you have final path? Why you want to go by to that path? So you maybe others religious institutes may take you to Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga and all. But Srila Prabhupada ISKCON, he made it very clear that ours is Bhakti Yoga and we know that that is for very not for any less intelligent people. It is for the intelligent people. So why you have to waste so much time when you have the easy path? Hmm? So once you come into Bhakti Yoga, you need not separately practice detachment. No? Vairagya, so difficult to detach and to wait for the awakening of transcendental knowledge. So if you have to get this Vairagya and Jnana, you have to separately endeavor if you are not in Bhakti Yoga. But if you are in Bhakti Yoga, you need not separately endeavor. So that is our position, that we have got this knowledge directly from Srila Prabhupada. He has emphasized so much on Bhakti Yoga that he says that this is the best, shortest method and the best method. As you know, there are three stages of realization. One is the Brahman, another is the Paramatma stage, and third is the Bhagwan. So initially you may see the Brahman stage. You may go to the Brahman stage. Then you advance, you go to Paramatma stage. You see the Paramatma in your heart. And then finally you can go to Bhagwan. But it is not necessary that you have to go through this process. If you are in devotional service, that is Bhakti Yoga. If you are in Bhakti Yoga, you can directly realize Bhagwan. So these three stages, comparison is given to the sun. Okay, the sunlight which is coming, that is Brahman, Brahma Jyoti. Actually, it is the effulgence from the Lord body. Okay, so you may think Brahman is the last stage. No, there is a next stage to that. That is the realization of Paramatma, localized Paramatma within your heart, within your body. So you have to go to that. Paramatma is nothing but the sun surface. And then finally the sun god represents the Bhagwan. So that analogy is given of the sun. So it is like a preliminary study of Brahman. You come to Brahman realization, then you come to your Paramatma realization, then you finally see Bhagwan. That if you pass all these stages, but if you directly engage in Bhakti Yoga, you can directly realize Bhagwan. So, like one more example we give is a train is approaching from very far distance. So first you see only the engine, okay? You don't see anything. You think it's only the engine there. Then as it comes closer, you see the bogies one by one. And then it still comes closer. You can see the people in between. You're sitting inside. So just seeing the train from far and saying that this Brahman is the final is not correct. Is not fully realized. So you go to the next stage and the next stage. Then only you go to Bhagwan. You can realize Bhagwan. So if you engage in unflinching service, in devotional service, unflinching, okay? Unflinching means under all circumstances. There may be good circumstances, bad circumstances. But if you engage and continue unflinchingly in devotional service, you can achieve the goal. Like if you have taken to Bhakti Yoga and then you have surrendered to a spiritual master in that disciple succession, that means you have boarded the train to Vrindavan. You have boarded. Now it is up to you to stay in the train. No, I get diversion in some stations come and you get down and again you go back. So many diversions, obstacles you may see in the while going to Vrindavan. But if you stay on the train, you will reach the destination. So, and you are confident that this train is going to Vrindavan. You need not give any guidance to the driver that this is the way to Vrindavan. So, if you are direct into Bhakti Yoga, you have boarded the train. No, you just have to stay on. So, in this way, Sri Prabhupada, through his books, he has given us the direct method. He has not gone about any roundabout method. No, you do first realize Brahman, then you realize Paramatma, then you can realize Bhagwan. So, in devotional service, what happens? One engages in devotional service. The good qualities of the demigods come to you. You automatically get the good qualities. So, here Prabhupada is giving an example of a hunter. This hunter he is referring to Murugari. As you know the story of Murugari, there was a hunter who used to kill animals and then satisfy himself. And what is the method he does was, he used to kill the animal in half. He didn't kill the animals fully. He killed the animals in half. And then he used to do like that. Unnecessary killing he used to do, and that also half. That means he used to see that animal not in pain, struggling in pain, and that used to give him happiness, it seems. To see the animal struggling with pain, it seems happiness. So one time what happened, Narada Muni was going in that forest, and then he saw these animals all half killed, not fully killed. So he was thinking, who can be such a cruel person? So as he went, he saw this hunter Magari and asked him, why you are doing this thing? Why you are killing the animals in half, not fully? So he says, if I see them, crying in pain, I get pleasure. So such is the mentality of some persons. They feel happy when others are in problem and trouble. They feel happy. So here Narada Muni, when seeing this one, he first told him, if you have to kill it fully. Okay, so he told him. So Narada Muni is explaining to him and telling him, you kill fully, but you know the reactions of the sin that will incur to you. He said, no, I mean, from my generations, my father used to tell you kill like this. My grandfather used to tell you kill and do continue like this. So there was no jnana or no knowledge of anything else. Just that what he was told, he was doing. So then Narada Muni convinced him that he gave him jnana. He gave him jnana that this is not the correct way of doing the things. You have to give up this killing of animals. But he said, that is my life. He says, then Narada Muni says, I will give you another life. I will help you out. So the Murugari hunter, he got convinced by Narada's words. Narada is such an exalted devotee. Anyone who takes association of him immediately becomes changed, transformed. So he told Narada Muni told Murugari, you break the bow, your bow. Then only you can stop killing. He says, if I break the bow, how I will survive, or what I will survive. Then Narada Muni said, you don't kill animals, I will supply you the food and grains. I will supply, see that you will get a supply of food and grains. And then he told him, you construct a thatched hut, put tulsi plant in front of the house, hut, and then chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Murari was mesmerized by what Narada Muni says. He could not explain because he didn't have any sound philosophy to explain, except that it came from his previous generations he was doing. So Narada Muni gave him such jnana by doing devotional service. And then the people around, when they saw that this hunter, Murugari, was doing devotional service, they all came with food grains and all to give him. And thus he sustained himself. After a long time, when Narada Muni came to see him again, at a distance he saw Murugari chanting. But when Murugari saw Narada Muni, he immediately jumped up and apparent dancing he did and reached Narada Muni. Then Narada Muni asked him, "Why did you dance? Why didn't you come straight?" So he said, "There were ants on the way. I was avoiding the ants." So Narada Muni in this story says that one can get transformed. Huh? One can get transformed so much. This hunter who was half killing the animals, now he is not in a position to kill even an ant. How this transformation happened? Just by devotional service. So we cannot understand how a transformation happens. So I can give one more example of our ISKCON only. Srila Prabhupada disciples, they were addicted to all sinful activities. Many of them were addicted before joining the movement. So Srila Prabhupada used to preach to them, used to give him jnana, and engage in devotional service. He used to give them devotional service methods of doing devotional service. He used to engage them in devotional service. And after some time, you can see that they all got transformed from their sinful activities. Just by touch of a pure devotee, a self-realized soul, like Srila Prabhupada, one can easily get transformed. So, transformation can happen by doing devotional service. Like as you advance in devotional service, you find all these material attachments, material desires get reduced. Vairagya. You become detached. Just by doing devotional service. So these two examples suggest that the transcendental knowledge gets awakened by just doing the transformation by devotional service. So those who want to advance quickly in devotional service, they should serve the Vaishnavas, the pure devotees. Example is of Narada Muni only. In his previous birth, he was a son of a maid servant. A maid servant who can give jnana to you can't get a jnana from a maid servant. So, but she had faith that she wanted to serve the sadhus, the Vaishnavas. So when they used to come and take prasad, she used to serve them, and Narada Muni also, at the tender age, of course, he was a very small boy, and he started serving them by serving the prasadam and cleaning the pots, cleaning the remnants, and taking their remnants. And you can understand how he got transformed. So this transformation, no one can understand how it happens. Because the Paramatma Vasudeva, you are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest Bhagwan. naturally you get all the good qualities. So here it is says that Bhakti Yoga you have to do unto Vasudeva Bhagavati, not to anyone. Okay, I want to do serve some Kalmi, some this one. No, it does not say here. It says here Vasudeva Bhagavati, unto Vasudeva, doing devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. Then only the unflinchingly devotional service once you start, then you get this realization. So, understanding this absolute truth. So, we will discuss about that Brahma Darshana. So, Brahman means absolute truth. Darshana means realization. So, one has to come to the platform of Brahma Darshana. He has to be realized. Self-realization has to happen. So, many Mayavadis, they take shelter of the stroke and they say, ultimately you have to become Brahman. You have to realize Brahman. But they don't see the first two slokas, stanzas, which says Vasudeva Bhagavati. They don't say that. And they don't see the Darshana. Brahma, Darshanam it is said, not Brahman, only Brahman. Realize absolute truth is not that. You have to Darshanam, that is seeing. So this refutes the philosophy that God is impersonal. Darshanam means what? You have to see face to face. So, seeing face to face means it is not impersonal. To have darshanam means there has to be a seer and a seen. There has to be two persons. Then only there can be darshanam. Like we go to temple for getting darshan. So imagine if the altar is empty and I tell you, this is impersonal Brahman. You realize it. It's not possible. Darshanam means you have to see face to face. So the Lord Vasudeva in the altar is not different from directly perceiving it. You should not think that the altar and the temple is just idle or just for sentimental purpose it has been put. People say you go to temple and relate with the Lord. These are all sentimentalists. They are not the actual Gyanis. So these yogis refute deity worship. But if you see, when you do deity worship, when you relate with the God, so much happiness is there. And if you are elevated, unflinching devotional service, then you can actually talk directly with God, the deity. So many instances, Sakshi, Gopal and all, where the deity responds. They are not wood and metal and statues. So how that is possible? Because you are engaged in devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of God Vasudeva, you have got that opportunity, the chance to relate with God directly face to face. So, deity worship is a part of the devotional service. So, if you are not convinced about impersonalism, this darshanam statement only says that there has to be darshan. You have to have darshan. You cannot think that God is only impersonal. The impersonal feature is one of the features, which is very this one. Not bhakti devotional. The bhaktas are not interested in Brahman. So many philosophies here, they focus on dharma, artha, kama. They reward the last one, which is moksha. They stop at artha. Kama. Kama means sense gratification. So they want to do religion, they want to employ religion for their sense gratification. They want to take advantages of this dharma to improve their position and to get their senses satisfied. So these Mayavadis or impersonalists, they only read half of the things. So they say dharma, artha, kama. What about the fourth thing? That is moksha, that is liberation. They stop up to kama. So that is because they have to have vairagya, detachment. Only in detachment can you do devotional service. You are detached. And detachment can come only when you are in the mode of goodness. 99% will be in mode of ignorance and passion. To cultivate mode of goodness is very difficult. So, by doing devotional service, one gets this vairagya. That Soka is there, Tadvidi Pranipataya, Pariprashna Sevaya. Just approach a spiritual master. Render service unto him. Inquire from him submissively. The self-realized Lord can impart knowledge because he has seen the truth. So in devotional service also, we have to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Some use bhakti yoga for their own purpose, for getting materialistic benefits. That is one way. In one way, it is good, but that is not the ultimate. What we are doing bhakti seva for, bhakti yoga for, devotional service, not for getting some material gains. Ultimately, we have to get Brahma darshan. That is, we have to get self-transcendental realization. When you get transcendental realization, moksha automatically comes. Moksha is liberation is a byproduct. You need not strive exclusively for liberation. And the pure devotees, they do not want liberation. They just want to serve the Lord, life after life, anywhere, under any circumstances. So, if we are not getting the bhakti, we are not advancing in bhakti yoga, means we are not doing the service properly. Unflinching service under all circumstances. If we do, and stop Vaishnava Aparadha. So, Vaishnava Aparadha is one of the very bottlenecks on the path of devotional service. It is compared to a mad elephant going into the paddy fields. It will ravage everything in the paddy fields. So, such power is there for if you do Vaishnava Aparadha. You won't progress at all. So, this you can understand once you surrender to a bona fide spiritual master who should be self-realized. In that Socrates said, self-realized, so he can impart. Self-realized person, you have to go. Not to any karmi or jnani or yogi who do some powers. They got some powers. So people throng there. So many people. If someone yogi says, if I give you this thing can happen, you find a long queue there. People queue up because they don't want ultimate bhakti service, bhakti yoga. They just want to do that what is necessary for them to enjoy. So once you practice on a bona fide spiritual master, then elevation is very easy. You can't mentally speculate. Without a spiritual master guidance, it's not possible to achieve even Brahman. So difficult it is. So once you surrender unto the spiritual master, follow his instructions, then immediately you can become self-realized. It is not that you have to wait for maybe generations or births. It's not necessary. One can get realization immediately also. It depends on how much devotional service, how we are doing our devotional service. So if you don't take it seriously and take it casually, then it will take many lifetimes. So since in ISKCON we have got all the now with the bhakti you can practice. You can come for the Mangalarti, have darshan. You can do kirtan, and then you can hear about the pastimes of the Lord, Pravachan, you can hear, and then you can have prasadam also. So, if you have this program in your life, then you can easily progress in devotional service. So, the fastest way to do is to serve the Vaishnavas, pure devotees. If you can get a chance to serve the pure devotees, your devotional service, your bhakti yoga scale will go very, very high. Because they give mercy, they give the understanding, they give the knowledge, they give the mercy so that you can progress. Because Vaishnavas are very compassionate. So if you serve them, they naturally will give them mercy. And once you get a mercy from a Vaishnava, there is no question of again falling down. So such devotional service has the power. And if you see in our ISKCON, before taking to devotional service, meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, they're so difficult. You're not getting detached from that. Vairagam was not coming. But once you start devotional service, this automatically gets detached. You get detached from this automatically. Like if you used to gamble before, now after coming to devotional service, you don't feel like gambling, do you? No. Similarly, meat eating, if you're eating meat, like this example, Murga, so he used to eat meat, and finally, due to transformation, he did not do any separate endeavor for that. So we think following this four elevated principles is so difficult. No, it's not difficult. Only if we advance in the path of devotional service, do our unflinching faith in devotional service unto Vasudeva. Please remember, it's unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He does not say any other God or any other person or something. Unflinching devotional service unto Vasudeva. So, in that way, this devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, is the highest, and anyone on this one path need not deviate anywhere else. If you want to have jnana also, you read Srila Prabhupada books. So many books are there. You read Srila Prabhupada books. So, you can also do dhyanam, sparanam, that's for us. We can meditate on the Lord. So we should thank ISKCON and for making these arrangements for us to do Bhakti Yoga and progress in devotional service and attain ultimately the goal of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Don't endeavor for any other byproduct. So vibration, as I told you, is a byproduct. You need not. Once you serve Krishna, Lord Krishna and Vrindavan, Golaka, there is no birth and death there. It is automatic vibration. Even if you go to Vaikuntha planet, there is vibration. So vibration need not be separately make any separate endeavor. By devotional service only, you can get vibration also, as well as you are in a happy mood. You become happy. So Please don't deviate away from this devotional service. Very rare case we get it directly instead of going to Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Realization happens automatically. So, and service by Bhagwan stage, you can, so many types of vibrations are there. So you can associate with the God directly, and then there is no need of Brahman. In Brahman, Brahma Jyoti actually don't have any activity there. In Brahman, you just merge into the effulgence of the God in this body, but there is no activity there. If you want to serve this Vasudeva, then you have to do devotional service. Then you will get a chance to serve. So, so if you do engage, so this yoga, finally the conclusion is, if you engage yourself in devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, there is advancement in knowledge, that is jnana, there is detachment, vairagya, and self-realization, Brahma Darshana. So all these three happens directly by doing devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. So Bhakti Yoga being the highest, it is not for the less intelligent people, it is for the intelligent people. Like going on the apartment using a lift or a staircase. So when lift is there, why you should go to staircase? No, I want to go. Then there are the chances of you not achieving the goal. But in Bhakti service, devotional Bhakti Yoga, you are engaged in the service from the day one. So you are already progressing. So as you know, in so many yogis, they practice so much austerity, but still they fall down in the middle, like many case. So in yogi process, you may fall down. But if you are doing bhakti seva service unto Vasudeva, then the question of falling down is very rare case. Even though you may temporarily fall down, but you will continue that from the where you have left the yogi bhakti yoga process. So thank you all. So the primary aim of bhakti yoga is to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Radhakanta, for such a wonderful class. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.